For a while back. It was a long time ago, but I was very fascinated by this. There is an ancient Japanese art from where broken pottery is repaired with gold. Not hidden, not glued, gold. The cracks are made luminous on purpose because in the tradition, a vessel that has been shattered and rebuilt is considered more valuable than one that was never broken at all. By the end of this video, we are going to understand why our nervous system, our body and our soul work in exactly the same way, and why the part of us we have been most ashamed of might be the part with the most gold inside it. But first, who is this for? And this is for those of us who have spent years trying to go back to who we were before it happened, before the loss, before the breakdown, before the relationship, the diagnosis, the night that split our life into a before and an after. If we have ever been told to heal so we can return to normal and felt some quiet stubborn part of us refuse. This video is for that part of us. I saw 1:11 on the timer, thank you. Let's start with something almost no one talks about. There is a strange grief that arrives sometimes years into the healing process when we realize that the old version of us is not coming back. We can sense it, we can almost see her or him or them standing in a photo from before with eyes that did not yet know. And we mourn that person, we mourn their life, we mourn that version, even if their life was harder, even if their world was smaller. There is something heartbreaking about meeting the version of ourselves who was still innocent of what was about to happen. And most of the wellness world will tell us that we need to chase that ghost, to find ourselves again, to get back to our old life. But healing isn't a return ticket. Here is the truth, the quiet truth our body already knows. There is no return. There has never been a return. The vessel has been broken, and no amount of glue, no amount of pretending, no amount of manifesting our old life is going to make the cracks unhappen. The question is not how do we get back, the question is what kind of new wholeness is possible from here. What are we becoming with the cracks? Or from the cracks. There is a term in psychology only relatively recently studied with the seriousness it deserves, post-traumatic growth. It is the well-documented phenomenon that some people, after surviving something devastating, do not simply recover, they expand. Not because the trauma was a gift. Let's be very clear about that. Trauma is not a teacher we asked for, and we do not have to think it, but what happens inside of us. When the old structure of who we thought we were collapses is something the body has always known how to do. We are designed to grow back differently. We are designed to integrate. We are designed to evolve. After a real rupture, many of us notices these things, often without being able to name them. A deeper compassion that cannot be faked, a nervous system that can finally tell who is safe, a bullshit detector tuned almost too sharply, a refusal to practice in the small lies most people live inside of, a new relationship with what truly matters and what does not, a capacity to hold other people's pain without flinching because we have already met our own. These are not consolation prizes, these are not silver linings, these are the gold in our cracks. The undamaged version of us, the one we keep mourning, could not have given us these. They were beautiful, we loved them, and they had to break for us to become this. So, why does it not feel like growth? Why does it so often feel instead like we are just barely holding on? Because we are still measuring our new self with the ruler of our old life. We are comparing our current energy levels to a body that had not yet held what this body had held. We are comparing our current social life to a version of us who could tolerate noise we can no longer tolerate. We are comparing our current ambitions to a version of us whose ambitions belong to someone else's idea of a good life. It is like measuring a redwood with the same ruler we used for the seedling. Of course, it does not fit. Post-traumatic growth often does not look like the growth we expected. It can look like less people, less noise, less pretending, less performing, less tolerating, less giving ourselves away. The expansion is what's happening on the inside. The roots are going down. The vessel is being filled with gold slowly in places nobody can see. And we, looking only at the outside, sometimes mistake the depth for stagnation. Here is a small practice, 2 minutes, we can do it anywhere. We are going to bring our attention gently to a place in our body that has been carried something hard. We will know where because the body always knows. For some of us it is the lower belly, for some it is the throat, for some it is the space right between the shoulder blades that nobody else have ever quite reached. Place a hand there, both hands, if it feels right, not to fix it, not to heal it, just to touch it. When you touch it, you acknowledge it. You see it. And then instead of asking what is wrong here, we are going to ask a different question because questions changes everything. We are going to ask, what did you have to become to carry this for me? And listen. The answer is not always in words. Sometimes it is a warmth, sometimes it's a wave of tears, a feeling we did not see coming. Sometimes it's an image, a quiet sense that this place in us, this place that we have been at war with, has been protecting something all along. This is the gold, not the trauma. The capacity, the trauma forced us to grow. We do not have to be grateful for the break. We can be grateful for the part of us that learned how to hold gold. Remember the Japanese art form we opened with. The vessel is more valuable after. Not because the breaking was good, the breaking was the breaking, but because the rebuilding required something the unbroken vessel never had to develop. The capacity to integrate fracture into form. That is what we are doing. Every single day we keep going. We are not trying to get our old life back. We are an entirely new vessel being built in real time by hands that have been doing this work for longer than any of us have been alive. The cracks are not the failure. The cracks are where the light enters. The cracks are where we got deeper. We are not broken, we are not damaged, we are not too much or too sensitive or too far gone. We are becoming. And the version of us on the other side of this, the one we have not met yet, already exists. We are simply walking slowly toward her, toward him, toward them, one golden seam at a time. Here is what we want to leave with this week, once a day, just once. We are going to catch ourselves in the act of mourning the old version of us, the before version. And instead of resisting that grief, we are going to whisper a single sentence to the version we are now becoming. I see you. I am staying. That is the entire practice. That sentence, repeated, is what relays the gold into the cracks. And make sure you whisper it because it's intimate. It's for you only. So you do not have to yell it across every rooftop. It's for you. It's private. And if anything landed here, if any part of this gave us new language for something we have been carrying, share this video with one person, not many, just one. The one we think might be quietly mourning a version of themselves nobody else has noticed yet. Sometimes the most sacred thing we can do is hand someone a mirror that does not lie to them. Thank you so very much for listening. As always, please like and subscribe if you support my content. It really helps me out with the algorithm. I love you all so very much. Stay safe, stay unharmed, and remember, frequency is power. Bye!